It is Wednesday, July 23rd, 2025. My name is Matt. I'm hoping you're profiting from the Bitcoin news I'm shelling out daily. Let's go. I talked about in a previous video that Block, most people know of it as Square, is added to the S&P 500 this week. And why that's significant is when a stock gets added to the S&P 500, the index funds have to buy it up. And that typically causes the price of the stock to go up. So I mentioned a few trades highlighted here in green as soon as I can find it. And I talked about these and how I was playing it and that it was going to net me an expected profit of $569. I added 2 more trades today, and then for now I'm done with the block trades. So let's focus on these last 2, number 8 and 9. I went ahead and bought 100 shares today. I have the money. It's not a big deal. I do believe it's going to go up. That's my opinion. I'm not a financial expert. I'm not telling you to do whatever, but this is what I actually did today. So I did buy 100 shares. It cost me $7,962, but because I'm an options trader and it's part of my DNA, I sold a very tight covered call at $82 a share, and that netted me $103. So when you add all this up for this series of trades here, I'm looking at making $672 or so. And I'll do a follow-up video and show what that looks like. Now, the returns of what you really need to focus on, the APYs. 30% up to 55% is what I would anticipate these trades making. And that's why, not during this duration, but if I was able to do this over and over and over and over again. Now, these opportunities don't come up that often. I try to highlight them when I see them. And the reason I'm talking about Block is because they're a Bitcoin treasury company. And this is a Bitcoin channel. So one of the ways you could invest in Bitcoin roundabout is to buy these companies that are investing in Bitcoin. But in Block's case, it's, in my opinion, a unicorn. And that's because of the news I found today. Square begins Bitcoin payments for sellers as Block stock hits S&P 500. Oh my gosh. I can tell you, I ran a small business. If somebody wanted to pay in Bitcoin and I was part of this little test group, I absolutely would accept it. No question. And I'm probably going to send an email out if I get on this trial to my 1,000 customer base. And I'm sure there's probably about 10 of them or less that would want to pay in Bitcoin. Now, I don't know what the fees look like. I'm not part of their test trial, but that's encouraging. That excites me because I'm just taking the money I get paid in cash and I'm buying Bitcoin anyway. So if I could do that in one transaction instead of 2, that to me would be beneficial as a small business owner. And it furthers the adoption of where I see all this going in the future. They also highlighted it's running over the Lightning Network, and this was the actual X post. Boom! Today we're onboarding our first Square sellers for the new native Bitcoin acceptive experience. So I'm going to send them an email. I'm going to see if I can get a part of the test group, and if that ends up being the case, I will share that information with you, giving my honest to God opinion. And yeah, so let's profit together. Please realize I'm not a financial advisor. I'm an aggressive trader. I've got 30 plus years experience, but really the point is to learn from what I'm doing, not to copy what I'm doing. And I just foot stomp. I emphasize that because I don't want you to be in a bind. I don't know your financial status, the amount of debt you have. I don't know your time horizon. I don't know how old you are. I don't know how aggressive you are. And that's why I'm not a financial advisor. So I'm merely showing you how I trade because I'm hoping it will help enrich your life in a way that you didn't feel was ever imaginable. So with that, take care. We'll see you again tomorrow.